Hey, good morning. Welcome back to Joey Talks Life Daily Devotional. We've been hanging out in the Psalms. David's my man. I love this brother. He is my brother. And today I want to share with you one of my favorite Psalms that I have read, memorized, digested over and over and over again since I was very, very young as a teenager. And it's Psalm 27. Something about this Psalm has always resonated so deeply with me. We're not going to read the whole thing. You can read it on your own. Let's read this together. Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When evildoers assail me to eat up my flesh, my adversaries and foes, it is they who stumble and fall. Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war rise against me, yet I will be confident. One thing I have asked of the Lord, that will I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. A few things that have resonated with me like an echo chamber throughout my entire life in this psalm is one that he opens with declaring who God is to him. So he's not declaring something that he learned about in theology class. This is who God is to him. God is his light and his salvation. God is the one that he knows he finds rescue in and clarity in. And because he knows this, he poses the question, if I know these things, if God, I know that you are the source of clarity and you are the source of my rescue, then what else do I have to be afraid of in this life? There is nothing to fear because I have you and I am safe in you. I am rescued by you. I am in a place of understanding in you. And then he goes on to say about the evildoers eating up his flesh, adversaries, his foes, they will stumble and fall. He's confessing to God that because he knows who God is, that no matter who comes against him, that vengeance is mine, says God. Like that God will take care of it, that David doesn't have to go out and battle for himself, that God will take care of David's adversaries. Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war rise against me, yet I will be confident. Now, you can say this all day long and not believe it. Again, he's not reading his own psalm from a book somewhere. This is his heart being poured out before God. He's saying to God that with this knowledge, knowing that you are my place of safety, knowing that you are my place of clarity, knowing that you are the source of all things, of everything in my life, even if an army was to come up against me, or if war was to rise up against me, he would not fear and he would be confident. This has nothing to do with David's ability to conjure up some belief system in him. This has to do with a relational dynamic between him and God. He knows who God is, and he's seen God's faithfulness over and over and over again. He trusts God so deeply, which this is what true faith is that the overflow of that is that no matter what happens, I'm good. I'm safe. Even if armies rise up against me, there's nothing to fear because God is with me. God is sovereign. And you can see how this psalm, as David is confessing these things and having these moments of revelation and having an overflow of heart through understanding that God is his light and his salvation, that because of that, he has nothing to fear. Then we see him get so honest and intimate with God. He says, one thing I have asked of the Lord, that will I seek. Now let's remember who David was. David was the king of Israel. He had everything and anything that he could ever want. He had food, he had resources, he had women, he had anything that he could ever want. But his one thing before the Lord that he seeks it out. He persistently is going after. What is it? To dwell in the house of the Lord. He wants to be with God. He wants to live with God. He wants to breathe the air that God is breathing. He wants to be so close to God that he's just going to set up camp in the house of God and simply dwell. He wants to live there. That I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. And what does he want to do when he dwells there? To gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. I don't know if you've ever done this before, if you've ever had this experience, but there are times in prayer or in worship where my eyes are opened. And that veil between what I can see and the unseen world becomes so, so thin. And I begin to experience the beauty of God. He is beyond words. When I've had those moments with God, beauty doesn't even do it justice. He is so otherworldly. He is so captivating. He is overwhelming. His beauty is stunning. And David says, I want to set up camp, I want to dwell, and I just want to stare. And the last line, to inquire in your temple. It's from that posture, it's from that state of mind of beholding the beauty of God that then we inquire in the temple. Because when we see God, our motives are pure, our hearts are purified. We can then begin to commune with God in the sense of where we get the word communication. Like we begin to dialogue with him and we can begin to inquire, to ask, to wonder, to become curious. And there is a beautiful exchange in that place of intimacy. And so I don't know if that's something you've ever experienced before, but I encourage you to read this psalm today over and over and over again, because when you do repetition, it starts to go deeper and deeper and deeper, and we begin to make it our own.